How are you?
Fine.
Do you smoke?
Yes.
What for? Smoke. What? How are you?
Fine.
So, you're the conscript.
Uh-huh.
How's the war?
What?
How's the war? Did you like it?
No, I never
Why?
thought in my life that I would join it.
It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So, will you call home?
If possible, yes, of course.
Yeah, there is a possibility. I'm not just asking that. Come on, tell me the number. So, what didn't you like about the war?
At war? To mean
Whoa.
region.
Didn't you know me before? Didn't you see me?
I may have watched the videos, but as I understand
Yes.
it, you are a blogger. Perhaps the videos, well, the face, yes, I somehow saw it a little, but I don't know the name.
My name is Dimon.
Dmitry.
You can call me Dmitry. So, send the voice message that we will call within half an hour or an hour. Well, you send the voicemail now, so I will interview you. Then we'll get the call and you will call them. If she wants to talk to you, of course. She wants to?
She wants to, yes, of course.
Why are you so sure?
Well, I'm lost, so it turns out,
And what? So what is her job?
she is a cultural worker.
Do you think mothers don't give up on their children? Easily. Take it. We had cigarettes. Smoking is harmful to health. Agree?
Yes, agreed.
So why do you smoke?
In civilian life, I didn't smoke at all, in principle.
So now you have smoked and we'll tell you that in Nazi captivity they torture you with cigarettes.
No. And then I joined the army,
Okay,
and
you'll
that's
tell
what
that,
happened.
will you?
What?
So they forced you to smoke.
No, why?
Why not? The
No, for
FSB
what?
officer will see it and you will talk to camera. Have you turned on the recording? Good morning, country. Introduce yourself to the camera of the broken Samsung from 2005 year. How old are you?
19 turned.
Was this a couple of days ago?
Yes.
When? 3 days ago.
Yeah, 3 days
when
ago.
were you captured? Not important.
Not important. August evening at about 8 o'clock.
In short, when you were 18, you were captured.
Yes, I was captured at the age of 18 and met my birthday in
Speak
captivity
louder,
already.
otherwise it will seem that I'm shouting and you are silent. Do you give your voluntary consent to the recording and publication of our
Yes,
conversation?
I fully agree.
Great, but why do you need this?
Why, I don't know. For my family.
For your family? What do you want to tell them?
Yes, well, that I'm alive, in principle, everything is fine with me.
Alive? What did they tell you they were supposed to do to you in captivity?
Honestly, they didn't tell us anything about captivity. In general, neither officers, nor contract soldiers, nor mobilized. Even when I was in the hospital, no one told me. I wasn't even really interested in asking them about this question.
Got it. Okay, let's go in order. My program is working. I pay money for information that allows me to break them down. If you know where they are, soldiers of the attacking army, you give me the coordinates and something happened there. Also interested in any other information that is in this insert. I have such a program. How much was your salary?
2,500 rubles per month.
2,500 rubles per month. How much does a pack of cigarettes cost?
200 rubles on average.
200 rubles. That is, your conscript salary is not enough for cigarettes per month. Or do they provide you with the cigarettes?
They provide us with cigarettes.
Do you smoke them?
Yes.
Understood. So why did you start smoking?
The company was smoking, so I also simply started smoking.
In short, in the army?
Yes, in the army.
Wife, children?
No wife, no children.
Girlfriend?
No.
Well, let's take things in order. Born in 2005, what did you do next? I don't know how to have such a conversation. He's just really 18 years old. How did you spend your birthday?
Spend it in captivity. That's how I spent
Organize
it.
a feast.
No, I didn't have time. Nothing for it.
There was nowhere to put the rubles? Yes?
Yes.
It's clear. As I understand it, you were born, then you went to kindergarten.
Yes, to kindergarten. In my village, I was in kindergarten until I was 7 years old. At the age of 7, I went to first grade, studied from first to ninth grade, passed
Which school?
set of school
Uh-huh.
in my neighboring village, near.
What was the class teacher's name?
Olga Alexandrovna.
Olga Alexandrova, your subordinate. What lesson was she teaching? The lesson?
English language.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
No,
English?
I didn't learn it.
The class teacher was an Englishman, English woman, and didn't teach?
I didn't have the desire, and that's why I didn't learn.
The capital
she
of
was a
Great
good
Britain.
teacher. I don't really understand anything in English at all.
What should I call her again?
Olga Alexandrovna.
2 points for your training. Right?
Right.
Okay. After school, what year did you graduate from school?
In the 2022.
You graduated from school at 2022. What did you do next?
After ninth grade, my parents gave me the right to choose to move through life on my own, to choose whether I would go on to study further for some specialty or leave school and go to work there. I started, but I didn't go on to study further.
Why?
For some specialty, because I thought if things get taught later in life, I'll study for the specialty that I need. I just didn't see the need for it because I would spend my money to study for my specialty, which I would like to go for. Let's say it's electricity. I had to study for 3 years and 10 months. For 3 years, I had to work and study at the same time because you don't want to take money from your parents at the age. Well, for me personally, since I was 16 years old, I basically haven't taken
What do you
it.
have? It's clear. Your mother... Come on, by the way. We sorted it out with the teacher. Father, mother, brothers, sisters.
My mother is a cultural worker.
Cultural worker?
Yes.
What does this mean?
Cultural worker. She has a cultural center where she holds various events, theater, concerts for all sorts of
Is
holidays.
it there in the village?
Yes, in the village. And she also goes to various events.
So there is a cultural center in the village, but how big is the village? How many people live there?
The population is approximately 500 people. A small village.
So, what's there? Were there concerts for 500 people?
Yes.
How often?
Well, every holiday, for example, New Year or someone's anniversary. They order it an anniversary from here, for example, they celebrate the anniversary. Children's Day, all of our international holidays.
And the father?
My father works as a forester and driver. He guards the forest. Watching the forest in case of fire, they report about it and go to help.
Wait, the forest is burning. Did he come and watch the forest burn?
If he sees a forest fire, he reports to his service in the Ministry of Emergency Situations. Everyone comes out and they also help. Everyone helps and civilians help.
In short, this story is called as follows. There was a captive who told how he, too, was a type of environmental forester. That's how it is called, right? In short, they cut down the forest there, for example, inside the forest. Here is a forest, the inside of the forest is cut down, and outside there are like 20 rows of trees. Then they set it on fire, everything burned, the forest is cut down and sold.
Poaching or whatever it's called.
Poaching is a little different.
A little different. Well, I understand the meaning.
Basically the same thing, only for animals, but poachers are a different story, and he stole this. It's called theft.
Theft.
Did your dad suffer from this kind of bullshit?
No.
Or didn't you know?
Basically, I went with him to all this.
Was there a car?
Yes, he got a car from his work.
Which one?
Gas 66.
Understood. It's like a Lamborghini, only gas. What's your hobby?
At about the age of 14, I began to study radio electronics, becoming interested in soldering, repairing phones, and all household electronics in general.
Uh-huh.
Well, the house wiring and not the house one. I was doing this. That is, I studied by myself, by YouTube and the internet.
YouTube is already a forbidden word, by the way. You no longer have YouTube. Therefore, all instructions from Google and YouTube are no longer available in the super country. Why the hell do you think the king turned off your YouTube?
Don't even know, to avoid consuming unnecessary information there.
Which one?
I don't know.
Well, let's take an example.
For example. Honestly, I don't even have any guesses. I didn't think about it. I didn't even know that our
How
YouTube
were you
was
sitting
closed.
in the trench? How is that?
Yet there is no connection there. There is nothing like that.
No smartphones? Oh, they take your phones?
Yes.
Do you have these regular ones?
Yes, push button ones were issued only on Sundays. There's only 2 hours for a phone call.
Other time, the company commander holds it.
Yes.
Cool. What do you think? Why the hell do you think YouTube was blocked? This is a really interesting question.
Probably for the same purpose as Instagram was blocked in the same way. Still, people are looking for an opportunity they access through a VPN, through all these third-party services. But still, when Instagram was blocked, traffic dropped significantly.
Yes.
The same as YouTube, I think so, because of this too. People will still
What
be able to
information
go
cannot
there.
be viewed? Let me take it easier for you.
Something about politics, about the state, something like that.
YouTube was recently disabled. Do you think the shutdown of YouTube is connected, for example, with you being captured?
Perhaps yes, with this whole story in principle. What about the Kursk region? Is this whole
That's
story
not the region. Don't call it so. Kursk
with the
People
Kursk People
Republic.
Republic? That's all. Perhaps because of this.
But why?
If think like that, we as conscripts should not participate in hostilities.
Well, yes.
According to our documents, we should probably be at base and on duty, but we were on the territory of the Russian Federation, not outside the territory.
Are you saying Russian Federation with the capital R?
Yes.
Or with a little one?
With a big one?
You sure?
Yes.
How can you say in a voice with a capital letter?
Russian Federation.
Like if it's louder, does that
Well,
count
not
as
just
big?
louder.
I'm just joking, dude. Look at you.
This
but
is-
what am I joking about? Well.
This is probably what it is all about.
Yes, because everything seems to be fine with you
Yes,
there.
yes, on TV we have everything perfect. We have everything.
And there is truth in you too.
Yes, yes, here it is. I now understand everything.
Understood?
Yes.
Well, there is someone like me on YouTube who doesn't give a damn about your Tsar Putin simply from a big hill. You can't speak like this, do you? Or you can?
Well, with this whole situation in the country, no.
What will happen to you?
They can catch me.
Yes, neither can. For sure
Well,
they'll catch you.
me. Yes, they'll catch me and imprison me or do something else.
That's
I don't
why
know.
you can't. Do you know Gerasimov?
No.
Who is your defense minister?
Belousov.
Belousov. Can you tell him to go to hell or not? But you already can, because you're already in Ukrainian prison. Okay, look. Do you understand now why the hell they closed it?
Yes, I understand.
Is there any logic to this? I don't know.
There is,
I'm not
yeah, there
the
is a
king.
logic in this. On his part, it works.
Because this interview will be published tomorrow. And it will be watched. A lot of people will watch it. But it turns out that the king said that there are no conscripts in the war, and there cannot be any in captivity either. But it
Yes.
turns out that there is. So, you say that you have some blogs.
Well, yes, for myself. I didn't post it anywhere. I kept it in my archives on the laptop there.
I thought the channel would be advertised now.
No, it's just how I work, how I live in general, what I do.
Are you living well?
Didn't complain.
How much your salary in the 2022?
In 2022? Well, I was just getting started there. I was still gaining a
Okay,
clientele.
before the army.
There were definitely at least 100,000 before the army.
Whoa.
Well, and more. I wasn't below 100.
What were you doing?
I was studying, started working, and at the same time I was also involved in repairing all household electronics. Roughly speaking, it was a little thing, a small thing. It was also pretty good paying, of course, so I mainly started working on auto electrics. Auto diagnostic, firmware,
What did you improve?
brains on engines.
For which ones?
For everyone in principle, I bought equipment and started practicing.
Well, you know.
In my region, this was quite in demand. Because of this, they paid well, but I did not ask much. The price was a bit low.
Don't break your hands, you'll have to fix it later.
The price was still a bit low.
Yes. What can be improved with 7 was 2107? I have the one.
Injection.
Well, of course.
You can...
Add power?
relatively, you can make it a little more economical. You can make it more playful.
In short, if I come to an agreement with the military, then what do you need to improve my Zhiguli?
Indeed, a laptop purchased program.
I have a MacBook.
A MacBook won't work. You need Windows.
Well, then I'll continue to drive my bad car. MacBook. I have a MacBook for 500,000 rubles. So, okay, in short, did you live in a village or did you move somewhere?
Lived in a village.
That is, you work in the village, in fact, the locals were coming to you.
Yes.
It's clear. What did your parents tell you about science?
On the subject of science?
Well, like science is light and not science is darkness.
No, my parents didn't tell me that.
Didn't they try to force you to go study for some profession?
No, they told me that, like, if I didn't have such things to do with electrics, I was doing electric, that's it. They told me that I needed a certificate. Simple for that you can go somewhere further in your career. Go to work there, gain experience, move on to companies. But I didn't dare. I didn't want to work for any uncles, so to speak.
You didn't want to work for any
Yes,
uncle?
from early age.
It's clear. So when did you finish school?
In 2022.
In the 2022. And when you were and called up, it turns out...
Yes, I was called up on December 1st, 2023.
December 1st, 2023. Did you want to join the army?
No,
So why did you join?
there was no choice.
How about an agreement?
This is only if you have friends.
Did you have such friends?
There are no such people.
There are no such people, yes. By the time you joined the army, what did you know about the war?
In fact, I didn't really know anything. I only saw what went viral on the internet, so about what happened there. Russia say that some lands are yours, it turns out. I basically didn't know anything else. I didn't go too deep. I don't like this politics, the war, that's all. There was no interest in this at all, in principle, in my life. When I joined the army, I didn't think that I would, roughly speaking, be in war at all.
Okay. Where were you called up and where were you sent as a result?
They called me to the Tobolsk military registration office. I left the Tobolsk military registration office for 2 men. To the administrative center, there was a medical examination, and there we waited until they bought us. That is.
What does boat you mean?
Well, this.
Did you see what kind of ashtray?
Yes.
Who there?
Putin.
Putin. Fine so.
Well, yes.
Why are you so afraid of him? This is your king?
That is...
Calm down, man.
That is...
He has no brains, so it is cut off.
We waited until we were both out. I had a choice, only one choice I had.
You had a choice, only one choice you had. And what did you have in your assortment
This
of all
is
the choices?
the Kamchatka Navy.
The Navy? Oh.
Kamchatka. I refused.
Why did you refuse?
Well, from Kamchatka.
Why?
I talked to my parents. They say that, well, Kamchatka is a bit far away, the climate is difficult. Well, the Navy doesn't seem to be for me, they supposedly said. I said, oh, well, I just thought that there would still be some choice in principle, because in principle there were about 3 options to choose from where to go. What troops. Well, after I abandoned Kamchatka, I stayed for about 3 more days. They simply called us and dressed us in green uniforms. They didn't say where we were going or why we were there. They put us on the train, and about halfway through the journey, they told us where we were going and who we were.
Who are you?
Infantry motorized rifles. We are going to the military base in the city of Yelna.
To Yelnya. How many of you, the motorized riflemen, were there?
From my city, it was 18 people.
What did you say to each other while traveling?
We're wondering how the service would go in general, how long it will take, how long it is. Well, it would be nice to end it sooner.
How long is your service?
For a year.
1 year. Yes. You have arrived. What happened next?
Well, we arrived at the KMB. That's it. We've been accommodated. We went through the KMB.
Yes.
Usually we were trained there. Drill training.
How many times did you shoot?
Shot once, fired 2 rounds.
2 rounds?
Yes.
And then you didn't shoot anymore?
No, I didn't shoot anymore.
And you were captured at the border?
Yes.
No, dude, I can't do that. I also have social networks, so I should record this on another phone. For those who don't know, I have social networks with various exclusive content. 2 rounds is... Didn't you ask why that's so much?
No, we didn't ask. They told us like this is all we have and that's it.
Did everyone have enough for 2 rounds?
Yes, some were lucky, some were given 3, some were given 4, and everything seems to be the same. I got 2.
Some people are lucky.
Yes.
Compare your training with those people who took you captive. I don't know how you was captured, I just had to, can I?
Yes.
No, well, your training and your fighters.
Well, of course your fighters are much better trained than I am. Much better. I basically don't even know how to act, how to walk, how to run, how to hide.
What about ours?
Yours are fully prepared in this regard.
In short, they are well prepared. What did you do for 45 days?
For 45 days we have been on drill.
So you can walk in formation.
Yes.
This was taught normally, right?
Well, yes, this is elementary in principle. Of course, there were some incidents where someone could not march.
How could they not march? Well, tell me. You have the best army in the world.
I don't know how they couldn't march. I still don't understand it myself.
That is, well, like you're all marching.
Everyone goes toe on toe. Someone can't catch the rhythm. Someone cannot rate their leg in a way that looks more or less normal, so that the stomp in the same. Arms swinging, someone is mixing them. Some people do it differently than everyone else. Let's say someone...
The commanders are squealing, right?
Yes, first the right one. Right forward, left backward, and someone vice versa, left forward,
and
right
everyone
backward.
suffers until one learns.
Well, yes. When he really started to get bored, of course they took him to train him separately.
Uh-huh. Is there hazing?
There is no hazing.
Can't be.
There is no hazing. We also thought about this when we were traveling on the train. Well, when we arrived at the base, first of all, there were no elders at KMB. Well, this is KMB because it was...
Yes.
There were the only ones there. That is, when we arrived at the unit, there were already military personnel there. Nobody touched us.
This is a flow.
Nobody hit us.
Gerasimov, where is the hazing? Prigozhin and Shoigu are not for you. You are an army. Don't think that I called Gerasimov with a capital letter by you. Okay, after KMB, you went to which unit, which city, number of your army unit?
After KMB, we were sent to Klintsy City. Unit 12721, 488th Regiment, Motorized Rifleman, Guards Motorized Rifleman Regiment.
Well.
And there I served there for 2 months. And after 2 months we were sent away.
Did someone leave the unit for war?
Don't know.
In the unit, did they work with you to turn you into conscripts and contract soldiers?
No.
Didn't they say anything?
No, a contract... Yes, people came. Well, they simply explained to us how the contract generally works, what is included in the contract, how you will serve under the contract, but no one imposed or forced. No, they say that it's your choice, it's just our job to offer and yours is already there.
No one accepted the contract?
Of my peers, so to speak, from my city, 5 people went on contract. And I asked them if it was by themselves. This conversation haven't even started yet. They simply agreed to the contract by themselves and signed in the unit. I asked, I was interested in why and for what. Do you understand in general? I tell him, what do you sign, why you sign? The most important argument is money, as I understand it.
Did they go to war?
I don't know, honestly. Well, they say they were in training. First for training, then they will probably go to war.
Understood. When were you sent to the Kursk People's Republic?
After 2 months of service in the unit, it turns out we had a total of 3 months.
Well, it turns out somewhere in March.
Yes, somewhere in March we were sent away. They began to send in batches and distribute throughout the Kursk region. Not everyone, of course, in the Kursk region. Some to the Belgorod region, some to the Kursk region. There are also
conscripts in the Belgorod People's Republic. What did the mother say?
Mother didn't know.
About your travel?
Yes.
Why didn't you tell her?
Then, when I arrived there, I already said.
And what about her?
She said, I hope everything will be fine. The fact that I will serve normally and come back alive and healthy.
Does she cry or not?
No, she didn't cry.